The woman woke up one morning. She was horrified to find a few black fungi growing on her thigh. She pulled them out in pain, but couldn't escape the torment that came every day. In the daytime, tea tree mushrooms would sprout on her arm. At night, enoki mushrooms would crawl out of her ears while she slept. Even vines tried to force their way into her mouth. All of this came from the ancient spores floating in the forest. Once you breathe them in, your body starts to mutate. 2 days earlier, 2 forest rangers rowed a boat into this terrifying primeval forest. Mary used a drone to scout the forest, but accidentally captured a shadowy figure. The figure knocked her drone out of the sky. Even though she knew danger was ahead, Mary ignored Jack's warning and insisted on retrieving the drone. Since time was short, Jack had to move on to their next spot, so they decided to split up, agreeing to meet back in 1 hour. What they didn't know was that the drone had been taken by wild men. Wherever the wild men passed, terrifying spores drifted in the air. To keep modern humans away, they set up deadly traps along the way. Mary accidentally stepped on a sharp spike, and her scream echoed through the forest. She grabbed the walkie-talkie to call Jack for help. Jack heard her and rushed back, but in his panic he dropped the walkie-talkie into the river. When he picked it back up, he realized it was broken. They had completely lost contact. As night began to fall, Jack hurried back to their meeting spot and started searching everywhere for Mary. Meanwhile, Mary gritted her teeth and yanked out the spike. Suddenly, the air filled with spores. As darkness spread, a strange red glow appeared in the distance. Mary had lost her way. Stumbling, she found an old cabin. She pushed the door open and saw signs that someone lived there. Without thinking much, she quickly found a place to lie down. Maybe it was from breathing in too many spores, but she couldn't stop coughing. When she opened her hand, she saw her saliva had turned into lion's mane mushrooms. Luckily, it was just a dream. But before she could recover, the 2 wild men barged in. This turned out to be their home. But after learning Mary was a ranger, they didn't harm her. They even treated her wound and prepared food for her. Meanwhile, Jack ran into a terrifying monster in the dark. He jumped up in terror and ran for his life, but the creature kept chasing close behind. In his panic, he tripped and fell. Just as he reached for his flashlight, he saw the monster already in front of him. It was a fungal creature covered in mushrooms. Spores spewed from its mouth. No matter how Jack ran, the monster always found him. Then strange tentacles silently reached for him from behind. That's how Jack got infected. Meanwhile, Mary had also breathed in the spores, and mushrooms began growing on her body too.